Hello and welcome to a DFS strategy video for the 2022 Open Championship. My name is Eric, and here at SweetSpotDFS, it's all about trying to hit the optimal lineup every single week. In the preview video I put out earlier today, we went over all the stats that you wanted to build your lineups around. Now we take what we learned from that video, apply it to this one, and also add the sweet spot ranks, the marquee tee time pairings, and the anchor buckets to really help us narrow down our player pool and find at least two golfers to anchor our lineups around. And I'm not going to be alone in this, actually. I have Chad Eckert from the Fantasy Golf Pod joining me here a little bit later to go over all of our favorite plays. Plus, he might help me simplify all of this for anyone that might find it a little confusing. But we like to go over our favorite golfers, and we do build some lineups here at the end of the video, which also include Tiger Woods. So be on the lookout for that. But before I introduce him, let me go ahead and go over all the giveaways that I like to do. First being a subscriber giveaway. If you're not yet subscribed, or I should say this, if you want an entry into this giveaway, you gotta be subscribed to this channel. So if you're not, what are you waiting for? And also, you're gonna have to comment down below. If you need a topic, give me your two favorite golfers you're building your lineups around this week, and you get a free entry into this giveaway. Super simple. I want to reward those that participate on the channel. So this is one way to do it. If you want additional entries into this giveaway, go ahead and comment on the preview video I put out earlier today. And then tomorrow when I put the prize picks video out, go ahead and comment on that one. You'll get 3 entries into this giveaway for this week. And of course, we got to reach 450 subscribers in order to run the giveaway. We're 22 subscribers away. So do your best to help out, get more people to this channel. Once we hit 450 subscribers, we're running the giveaway for the amount shown on the screen. Prize picks giveaway. If you're not yet you're not yet signed up on Prize Picks, I have a link in the description below that'll get you straight to that sign up page, and it'll already populate that promo code SweetSpot. And if you sign up using that promo code and put at least $20 in your account, I'm just going to give you your $20 back. That way you get to play this for free. You get to play Prize Picks for free. There's a link in the description below. Go ahead and do that. Prize Picks will also match your deposit up to $100, so that 20 actually turns into 40. Really doesn't cost you anything. But don't let me stop you there. If you want to put $100 in your account, they'll match it also. That way you'll have $200 in your account, and when all the dust settles, it'll only cost you $80. So again, link in the description below. I have a cheat sheet that's available for you guys. Again, link in the description below. Go ahead, check it out. All I ask is once you get here, go up to the file menu and make a copy. Make a copy of this. That way you can add all the filters you want to it. You can mark it up however you'd like. But I only have it as read access when you go visit that, because you never know all the bad actors in the world that might come over and just try to remove all this information, so that it ruins it for everyone else. So that's why I ask you to make a copy. That way you can follow along throughout this video, because I utilize this spreadsheet quite a bit in this video. It also has the bucket system where you can filter out by all the buckets that I go over, all that good stuff. It's all available for you in the cheat sheet. And then also, I have an optimizer that I am giving away. If you want access to this, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You gotta comment down below. And then also email me at sweetspotdfs@gmail.com, because unfortunately, I cannot see your email address through your YouTube account. So that is how you get this optimizer. And everything I talk about in this video applies to this optimizer. The marquee tee times are already loaded in here. All of the anchor buckets are already loaded in here. So you don't really have to do anything. You can mark this up however you'd like, but if you want to follow along with my process, it's available for you guys. So highly suggest you guys, if you do want this, reach out to me, sweetspotdfs@gmail.com. I think it's time to bring Chad into, well, let's bring him on. Hey, what's going on, Chad? How are things?
Eric, thanks for having me on. Appreciate the invite. I'm a longtime watcher of the podcast. I've been a guest a couple of times. It's good to see you, though.
Nice to see
you.
The
Open champion.
I think it's been like over a year since I've had you on here last.
It's been far too long. I've had you on my podcast. Eric, you're pretty much a guest host on the Golf Guys program. Sure. That is Thursday nights on my YouTube channel, the Fantasy Golf Pod. Appreciate you coming on that and providing some stats and information versus the esoteric approach that I use.
Yes. And I appreciate you being here on here. What I plan to do is just go over the rankings like I typically do in my strategy videos. Go over the marquee tee times, which we'll see how well versed you are in that. And then we'll dive into the anchor buckets and try to build some lineups at the end. What I want you to do, what I want you to help me do, is find the right 2 golfers to anchor our lineups around. And then we'll use that information, use the optimizer that I've built to help us kind of build a few lineups and see what we think about them. How does that make you feel?
That's great. You know what? I've been already studying the tee times. I've created plenty of lineups already. I've got it going. I've did a whole podcast where I went through every single name. So I've done a lot of stuff today. What time is it? I've already freaking researched basically 6 or 7 hours today. So I'm ready to go, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Alrighty, man. So I'm going to go ahead and sort this out by my rankings. Your number 1 golfer that I have. Actually, hold on. Back up. I always do this. I like to tell everyone, let's look at the bottom name that's on the first page, and it's Tommy Fleetwood at $8,600. When I go and sort this from top to bottom, basically anyone that's less than $8,600, I view as a value.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough.
Keith Mitchell. Wow.
That's your guy.
There are a lot of names down here, Chad.
I love these names.
Finau pops, like he jumps way up here. Look at some of these 10Ks, like Jordan Spieth and Colin Morikawa. Like obviously, we have 6 10K golfers in the field, and those 2 are in the middle, like where our 8K range is. And I mean, Cantlay's number 2. He's $9,400. So are we just gonna build a bunch of Rory Cantlay or Rory Xander or even Cantlay Xander? I mean,
can you do that, or is that too chalky? I mean, we're not allowed to do that though, Eric.
Ooh, I don't know, man. You know how I feel about ownership.
I know you don't care. So then your core plays this week are probably going to end up being what your model is telling you to do, which is combine a bunch of Rory Cantlay, Rory Xander lineups.
Yeah,
and maybe you scoot in some Cam Smith. Are you highlighting Cam Smith for a reason?
Yeah, I mean, in my preview video earlier today, Cam Smith was in a lot of the buckets that I covered, a lot of the ones that we know we want at least 1 golfer from, and he was typically the best golfer, one of them at least, in each one of those. So he's kind of in some exclusive buckets that we probably want to pick, but we'll get into that a little bit here.
Can I ask you a quick question about this? And
yes.
If it's, you're showing Jordan Spieth down there like 13th in your rankings. I see no sign of some magic beans in your model. Do you have any magic beans in your model? Can we do a little sprinkle of the magic beans?
I mean, we certainly can. And by the way, even though he's down here in 13th, it's still, we could look at it like if my rankings are absolutely correct, he's still the 13th best golfer. I don't mind playing.
So then we still can click him.
Yes,
I want to click some Spieth this week. I want Spieth in my life.
So here's what goes into my model. I take OWGR, use that. It's a great indicator of who's been playing well over the last year. I have grass stats up here, but don't pay any attention. You can see everyone has the same amount of points. I didn't even include grass stats into my model.
No weight on that. Okay.
There's like grass number 2. There's nothing. So don't.
You're right. No, that's not okay. Yeah.
That doesn't get nothing applied there. Use tournament history, bogey avoidance, birdie better, and then driving distance. Because obviously, if you've listened to me and Josh Bennett on the fantasy golf pod, the fantasy golf guys, I should say, we talk about how distance is your highest potential in a golfer. So I like using driving distance as that. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I'm also not really making certain players like way better than others. Like you can kind of see how the shelves, or if you want to call it shelves or the stepping stones, like Cantlay is 15 points behind McIlroy. So it's not a huge disparity, but gotcha. I'm going to ding Cantlay a little bit because he doesn't have the driving distance.
Okay. Okay, I feel you.
And then I've got these recent form stats, DraftKings points, their average finishing position, and scoring average. I actually water these down by a factor of 2. So I split them in half, basically. And then I'm looking at season-long DK points, their scoring average, like round-to-round scoring average, rounds under 70%, cut made percentage, DK top 10. This just also allows the cream to rise to the top.
So is this what you do every single week, or is this different every week?
Nope, this is the same.
Okay, so this doesn't apply to St. Andrews necessarily.
Correct. Yeah, correct. And
because you could sprinkle St. Andrews. I mean, course history or whatever is not necessarily something somebody wants to use if they're trying to do predictive stats. But at the same time, St. Andrews could be one of those courses that has predictive features and tendencies, and it is also an anomaly in a little bit of a way.
So what I ended up saying in the preview is I don't think there's an advantage. Just like there's no course fit to golfers at St. Andrews. It's flat. The wind is going to be the main defense. The fairways are super large. So if anything, it just makes it a little bit easier for other guys. Now, I would say, because I'm a golfer, I would say playing the golf course and knowing the ins and outs is going to get you an advantage. But how do we know that for some of these guys? You know, we don't know how many practice rounds any of these guys have been on. You know, Tiger by far has the best information at this golf course, but
yeah, where's Tiger? We could put some Tiger magic beans on your model.
We could, and I just think at 7,500 he's probably where he needs to be. You know, like
no, I agree, totally agree with that. Where does he show up on your rankings? How's Tiger?
Let's double check. I'm just gonna sort it by salary. It's just easier for me to go find Tiger this way.
He's 75,
124. So
shut up, because well, sad because see the model hates Tiger, which is great because then the ownership will not.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I honestly,
because I'm a Tiger guy.
Tiger, I know I'm a Tiger guy. Like novelty for me, I would want to play Tiger just because he's Tiger, and I will put him in some of my lineups. I'll force the optimizer to select him a couple times, but not a lot of good things are pointing his direction outside of just him being super knowledgeable, super creative, and those subjective, that subjective analysis doesn't get applied to my rankings.
We'll go sort by values again. Let's go back to those 7K names and the $6,900 Keith Mitchell. What are we going to do with the bottom three? Because Max Homa is also 7,900. He's going to be ownership wise kind of chalky. Do you consider maybe forcing you? See, yeah, you don't even care. But wow, Wise is there too. Yeah. Huh.
Well, so now you got to remember the whole bucket system is going to limit us to playing some of these guys. And like Keith Mitchell was in one of those buckets where you only wanted to select one golfer from that bucket. Now it could be Keith Mitchell, but I can't remember who else was in that bucket. It could have been Cam Smith. You know, I was telling you before jumping on that Cam Smith was in a couple buckets where it was just himself. I think Keith Mitchell was probably in some of those buckets. Well, never mind. I can already see he wasn't because we can just look at all the buckets that these golfers are in. So I don't know. I'll have to double check. We'll look at it when we get back to when we get into the anchor buckets. But I mean, although Keith Mitchell's up here at 18th in my model, $6,900, I'm still not gonna play him more than 5%. Like, I'm just not. He's in the 6K range for a reason. We say this on the pod a lot. They're 6K for a reason. But anyways, we're gonna move on from here because what I like.
Well, I want to add one more question.
Yeah, actually, absolutely.
Victor Hovland's 14th because that's the name that everyone's pivoting away from this week, and he's ranking very highly. What gives you rankings for? I guess are you into Hovland? Are you gonna ignore some of the recent struggles for Victor? Click him.
So here's the thing. You know that I like to anchor around a 10 and a 9 more often than not.
Yeah.
Well, if I tell my optimizer to only select one 9K golfer and say that's Cantlay, then automatically
anchor a shitload with Cantlay. So you're barely going to pick up any Hovland anyway.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, and that's fine. That's fine to me. Like I'll play Hovland and maybe somewhere between.
But in your beer gut brain, Eric, as a golfer and just watching golf, don't you think something's wrong with Hovland right now?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I don't like thinking about playing Hovland right now.
Okay. No, it's okay. Let's go on. Yes. Sorry.
I talk about him. I'm trying to think of like why, like, can I make an argument for Victor Hovland? And it would just be like, it seems like he's a generational talent that, you can't just ignore, period. But I don't know, like that the whole Genesis Scottish Open thing, it looked bad.
Yeah, he's shanking shit, dude. He is the one that sticks out the most on this model. Like I don't see, like there's been stuff that you've seen from Homa. Of course, he's there. He's 7,900. That's a misprice. And then you got Keith Mitchell, who's been around. But like seeing Hovland, I'm like, he doesn't deserve to be up there.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I think we could probably just exclude him anyways, because the next piece that I like to go to, talking about the Marquee tee times.
Okay. Now, this is where you do the 3 and 3 and 3. I've seen you do this. This is working.
So
I love this. And I'm doing this myself too, based on, we talked about this before you started doing this segment, Darbo. Yes. Give me credit for talking to you about it.
That's true. We did.
Because we were wondering, this could be a thing. Drifting on people. They talk about it in their press conference. Yeah. Bubba Watson was talking about, they call it. Yeah, who I play with makes me play better or worse. If you're happy or sad, and you get paired with JB Holmes and you're mad.
Yeah, or Bubba. Bubba is one of those that's really hard to play with.
Yeah, whatever. So there you go. So okay, yeah, this is working for you.
Yeah, and I mean, like I've said in all my other videos, I've been tracking this for over 60 weeks now. It goes back to.
Damn. So then it was 60 more weeks ago that we talked about it?
Well, no, Chad, I think it was like maybe, 80, 90 weeks ago,
Yeah, okay. So then you finally just started thinking about it.
Yeah, so I mean, well, that's first funny, of all,
dude. Congrats to us.
I had to figure out a way how to like, we were talking about this on the Fantasy Golf Guys catalog. Actually, no, it was during our, it was during our strategy video that we talked about the do's and the don'ts. And you said you started cataloging all of your, and it's really recording. You've been recording all of your results when it comes to the narrative lineups. So now you know what to do, what not to do. Well, I've been recording all of the groups that have been together and seeing, whether or not you should, put certain golfers together or not, depending on who they're playing with. So what I've analyzed over the last year is like, I look at my top groups. I've got I like to look at my top 10 groups, but because my optimizer only has so many rules that I can use, I only really look at my top 9 groups now. But from here, all the ones without this green text, and by the way, we actually do have 9 Marquee tee times. But
because it's a major?
Yeah, and all of the rankings are really good for these top guys. So they all actually fit under my old threshold that I used to do. Okay. But I've kind of shifted, and I really only highlight the top 6 groups and call those my Marquee tee times
because they fit in the screen.
Yeah, these are all by rank order, and it does fit on the screen. It just nice. It works so much better.
Whatever. Yeah, and they are usually the better ones.
Yeah,
overall.
But typically. Here's the thing. So since I've been recording it, I know somewhere between 2 to 4 golfers from what's highlighted on the screen right now will be in the optimal lineup.
2 to 4?
2 to 4. And I can't,
out of the how many 6 times 6 36
6, well we have 6 times 3 no 6 times 3 because we're only highlighting the top 6 groups.
Wow, so you've narrowed it down. Like you almost have to just use these players no matter what.
You have to make some decisions. And the other rule that I have to go with all of this is do not select 2 golfers from the same group. It's very, very rare that it happens. Now it did happen actually, Chad.
But you're trying to make the optimal, but you can do it if you want to make like a good lineup is what.
Yeah. So I have to look.
But oh my God. So I might have to go remake my lineups.
Yeah. Yeah. How many lineups did you create, Chad? We were talking about this off camera.
Well, I just generated 270 total before we started this.
Okay.
270 is the most I've ever made on DraftKings.
That is a lot of lineups.
I made every 20 max and every 100 or the 150 and every 20 max basically.
I'm trying to find what year it was. It might have been last year, where there were actually a ton of golfers together in the same group. So
the optimal. That's weird.
Yeah,
I suppose the odds of that are so fucking low. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So like you can't do it, but they do drift off each other. So then what do you?
They draft off each other. Drift is going opposite. Yeah.
Draft is like a NASCAR tournament.
Yes, exactly. You draft behind somebody, you play better.
Yeah, I drift. I don't know.
Drift. No worries. So anyways,
drift is what I'm doing with these Coors Lights into my body.
So last year, Brian Harmon, Dylan Fratelli, and Mackenzie Hughes were all in the same group, and they all finished in the optimal lineup.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, so this is probably what sparked you too. You're like, God, I'm onto something.
Well, no. I resist doing that because
because you're saying that is like once in a million.
Yeah, that's your unicorn right there. That doesn't happen. So
what are you proposing? What we do with this information?
So like I said, I've recorded this. 95% of the time, you're not going to have a golfer from the same group. Now, I just showed you that last year we had 3 golfers from the same group be in the optimal lineup. But guess what? That's part of the 5% that are in the same group that are in the optimal lineup. It's just 5%. 95% of the time, you don't want a golfer from the same group, especially from these top 6. So find 2 to 4. This is my proposal. Find 2 to 4 that you like. So like what I like to do right away is find the really hard decisions to make. So like, look at this, Chad. Rory, that's Xander, Morikawa.
Mm-hmm.
I told you before we even jumped on that it's like Rory and Xander are my 2 guys that I want to build lineups with. Well, guess what? The Marquee Tee Times, how they are right now, Rory and Xander are in the same group. I got to make a decision between one of them.
Damn, dude. Oh my gosh.
So this is why I like about the sweet spot process, because
then Xander's out for you. I know it, because you're going to want to pick Cantlay.
Well, I like picking 10K golfers, and exactly. I want to pick Cantlay. So you're
going to pick Rory.
It's probably going to be Rory, and it's probably going to be Cantlay.
Yeah. So you're Xing Xander from your life.
I'm also Xing Burns and Mito from my life too.
I guess it's fine, but okay. So then let me counter you. If in win, did you ever make lineups that include Xander, but then obviously don't include Rory or Cantlay?
I didn't.
And then
Spieth. My next one would be Spieth Xander.
So then you could go Spieth Xander.
That's where I would start. I would go Spieth.
But then
Xander.
You would never do. Then are you ever going to do Xander Cantlay?
I will.
Okay.
So I will anchor 70% of my lineups around at least one golfer, and it's usually a 10K golfer. I've had the most success.
Okay, so then
that.
there'll inevitably be a few lineups.
So I got to make a decision. I think my decision is between Rory or Spieth. Literally, I don't think there's any other golfer I want to play, because I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
This Scheffler, Neiman, Hatton group. I like Neiman. I like Hatton. I want to play those guys. And if I anchor around Scotty, it means I have to exclude Neiman and Hatton from my life.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. You don't want Scotty. He's kind of a little bit, he's on the downshift. You want Neiman. The price is so right on Neiman. Like, you could actually tell me that Neiman's 9,200 and I would have believed you.
Yeah. Or
he's good.
Yeah, I think he's too cheap too. All right, Chad, you tell me, who are so I just gave you my 2 duos that I think I want to anchor around. Who are give me a duo.
Well, I'm using Spieth.
So you're going Spieth.
Yeah, I have to do Spieth.
So
I'm kind of with you with Cantlay, dude.
Yeah, so you're going Spieth.
But I'm kind of nervous now that I have to X Burns, but I think Burns is inexperienced. The reason why I like Burns is because 3-putt avoidance, Sam putting Burns. We know that is important. So I like that about him. But I'm on the page of like, we're going to get to a point tomorrow afternoon, because this is now Tuesday night, that Xander's going to be he's going to be under owned for 9,900. He's going to be like a Mexico Open ROM situation where you're going to have to either decide to just go in on it or out on it. And it's going to make or break a little bit. But I think at the end, when you look back on it, using $9,900 Xander is going to end up being perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree.
If I'm going to do anything, I think you got to go Spieth and then you got to go Xander.
Ooh,
but then you can
do
Spieth.
That.
I don't know. I think because you can save so much money. And I know we talked in that making lineups, do's and don'ts. Like, you kind of want to do certain things.
Yeah.
Majors are a little bit of an exception to the rule.
I agree.
Ultimately, I think you could actually use all 3 of those names.
Ooh.
And then you could pepper the low 7Ks and maybe pick up a $6,900 name. So you could use Cantlay, Xander, Spieth in one lineup together.
All right, we'll do that later. Let's build that lineup later. We'll see.
That's my lean.
Okay, let's do it. We'll build that lineup later on in this video. So you remember your guys. I do like how you'd start Spieth, Cantlay, Spieth or Xander, or Spieth, Xander, or Spieth, Cantlay. I like that a lot too. And then sprinkle in. But let's move on. I'll go and sort this back by here, because now we're gonna jump right into the anchor buckets. And I have a rule here. This just makes it easy. Anchor buckets are basically the easiest way for us to determine picking one or two anchor plays from. And I like to make it easy for all of us. So what I want to do is pick less than or equal to 30 golfers in one of these buckets. That's just the easy way to do it right away. Mm-hmm. And then I go to my max projections, and I want something greater than 2. Because literally, like, more often than not, greater than 2 means minimum's going to be 1 or more. So now we go down to some of these buckets. I don't really care to talk about salaries or strokes gained. Like, hey Chad, guess what? We're gonna want a 10K golfer in our lineup. No kidding. So like, we don't need to talk about.
That's what you say every week.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the 10K range. Strokes gained stats. Now this is kind of a work in progress for me. This is just like a basically trial and error. I have my way of doing strokes gained stats. I don't necessarily think we should focus on that. So really, we only have 3 buckets to talk about, and the golfers that are inside them. So I think this is going to be super easy. So we're going to start with our last year 1 bucket, which are golfers who top 20'd at the Open last year. And we want, again, somewhere between 1 to 3 in our lineup. I shouldn't even say it that way, because I get myself in trouble saying that a lot. 1 to 3 is projected to be inside the top 10. So I think we want to select at least 1 for sure, maybe 2, and maybe 3. So right away.
Wait, so like percentage of 3 versus 2, like 3 being like almost never, or are we close? Like, are they close?
I think how I usually like to do this is like the remainder between 2.8 and 1 to 3. I use that as my percentage that there will be 3 golfers in.
Okay, so I see. I didn't realize there was a 2.8 involved. Okay,
yeah. I always tell people to round up in this one and then round down in this one. So I think there's a 68% chance we'll see 2 golfers in this from this bucket inside the top 10, and there's an 80% chance. I know this sounds weird, but like there's still, actually no, it'd be the opposite. It'd be 20% chance there'll be 3 golfers there. So, but I still like it. So 30, 80, whatever you want to call it. So when it comes to this, I right away first look at the 10K golfers and try to determine, do I like any of them enough to anchor my lineups around? And guess what? Your boy Spieth is there.
I know.
So that makes things easy. Starting with Spieth.
Well, now, I don't see Rory.
I don't see Rory either. And
I don't really think I have as much confidence in the other people, and we get to save money with Spieth. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. So I like Spieth a lot as well. Now, here's the thing that I always have an issue with. Now, we want somewhere between 1 to 3. Now, I think there's a good chance there's going to be 2. So who's our second guy that we want to pair up with Spieth? Who are we going to, from this bucket, what do we want to anchor around?
Those names are ugly so far.
I agree. Do we just want like the optimizer to select up 1 to 3?
Here. Let me make an argument for somebody that's at $7,600.
Gross.
Webb Simpson.
Gross.
No.
Give me your argument. I'll listen.
Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of research. First of all, you're into the first person off. This dude's tee time is number 1. Okay. That could be terrible or that could be amazing. So either way, you're getting some kind of something with he's the first person off the tee. That's amazing. Yep. So then he's done. He's in the clubhouse. Wind could pick up for the first day. That's the thing. Webb Simpson has picked it up lately. I've seen it a little bit more. He's a little bit like off of an injury, and he's playing better. Okay. Not only that, very, very creative around the greens. Is a great caddy. Paul Tesori reads greens amazingly and has a history at the Open. Kind of a veteran He's like my age now. He's like 36 or 7. Like veterans do well after years of experience. So he seems to me, he's a major winner already. 7,600. That could be low for a person that was flirting with top 10 in the world not only like 18 months ago, but he's had injuries.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care as much about those stupid tournaments that allow you to be up there in the OWGR. So pair me some Spieth and Webb in my life. Okay. It's an opposite side of the wave, so that's a little bit weird, but maybe we'll do it. Maybe it'll happen.
So I've looked at the waves over the last 3 years. A lot of your optimal lineup guys come from right in the middle. So obviously the Open Championship, they all tee off on hole 1, so it starts super early in the morning. You know, like these are our time here, so 6:30 in our time, but it's like 1 in the morning. You know, actually it's not our time, it's their time. It's like 1 in the morning for us. Right. But they all tee off super early in the beginning, and then it just goes from there. I've found that your 9 o'clock tee time, let's see, it's like 9 and then noon.
We'll sort by tee times.
Well, this is just from the bucket. We can see enough of these guys up here.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm not saying that's an end all be all. I really don't think.
Maybe you don't do it with Spieth then. So maybe I backfired that mistake.
Maybe it's Morikawa.
I'm into that.
His 9 o'clock tee time. Yeah.
Yeah. So you go Morikawa with Webb, or you try to choose someone that's closer to Spieth's tee time if you use Spieth.
Right. I don't know. We'll see. So, unfortunately, I am on Zoom. I'll let everyone know. We've got 10 minutes left, so we're gonna have to cruise through this. So yeah, I think we just stop here and say like Jordan Spieth is our dude, and we'll see what the optimizer selects later. Let's move on to the next anchor bucket and go to last week ones. So these are guys who top 20 last week, Chad. Having a top 20 finish last week, a big boost.
Does this include Scottish Open?
This is the Scottish Open. So we're
okay,
not,
but it would also okay.
I do. So I think the one golfer from the Barbasol, Trey Mullinax, is in here. I think.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't see his
But
name.
it's only the people that played literally last week.
Correct. So the last week bucket is just looking at last week.
Not their last week.
And guess what? Mr. Jordan Spieth is there once again.
So
it almost makes him a mortal lock, right?
Dude. Don't make him a mortal lock because of these buckets. Make him a mortal lock because it's St. Andrews.
I know. It's just like, I think Spieth is probably the play. But this is why I like Smith, and Cantlay's here too. We want somewhere between we're projecting 1 to 3 to be inside the top 10. We don't necessarily need to play these guys. They could finish inside the top 10. They could finish 10th, and they won't be a part of the optimal lineup. They also might not even be part of the GPP winning lineup. So that's like, we got to be careful with our lineup building, but we want no more than 3 in our lineup. And we've got Fleetwood, Neiman, Homa, and then I don't really care a lot. I really like Thomas Dietrich here, but I'm not gonna. He's a 6K golfer. I'm not locking.
I see Tringali.
Yeah, dude, we gotta talk about Tringali in the next fantasy golf pod. I listened to his post round, his after round 1 press conference. Dude, I gotta talk about that in that fantasy golf pod.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I love it.
But anyways, I love
the best
all
part.
Of these guys.
I want to mention, dude, the best part about Spieth is that you can pair him with those 9K names.
You're right. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's why you're almost leaning Spieth because the price is right.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to. Same with.
And you can almost lean Xander the same way.
Yes, you can. Yes,
because you're getting away with $9,900 Xander for the form he's in.
Yes, it's hard. It's difficult.
Let's go to recent form because where's Xander on that list?
So we're looking at recent form 2s. We want somewhere between 2 to 4 of these guys, or at least 2 to 4. I think are going to be projected inside the top 10. Which just to me, I always think, why not select somewhere between 2 to 4? And oh, look at that! It's Spieth. Spieth is here once more. We have Fleetwood and Finau, who were in our other buckets that we talked about.
We don't see Xander here.
No Xander. No Cantlay. Neiman shows up again. So does Max Homa.
Those are my guys, dude. I can't. Well, so are there everybody's guys.
Who cares, dude?
They're for a reason.
Yeah,
it's for a reason.
Right.
Yeah. Cite that tweet. You got to go find Brian Kirshner's Twitter page where he has the tweet about the chalk hits. The chalk hits sometimes, and for a reason.
I think
the
it was
pricing's out way too early.
7 of the top 10 guys that were owned in the Millie Maker were inside the top 10 of the leaderboard. So I think you can be okay with eating the chalk. Eat all of that you want. So I don't think we really need to talk about this because, I mean, Spieth, right? Spieth, Smith, I would stay away from Burns, but Fleetwood, Finau, Neiman, Homa, there's your boy Patrick Reed. Always play Patrick
I'll be using
Reed.
him. Thigala.
I'm okay.
Keegan. Okay, Keegan's another name. Like
I'm not.
You can end on Keegan in your roster.
No. He's a high ball hitter. That Genesis Scottish Open dude, I got so frustrated playing him. I was like, oh sure, he does suck in the wind because he hits the ball really high. So
fuck.
I don't like his creativity. So I'm gonna just say no to that. All right, Chad. Let's build some lineups using the optimizer. Now, for all of those that are out there, the optimizer is available. You gotta be subscribed to the channel. You got to comment down below. Give me your 2 favorite golfers you're building your lineups around. And then you're going to have to email me contact information right there. SweetSpotDFS@gmail.com. Say, hey, I'd like the optimizer, because YouTube doesn't let me know what your email address is just by you commenting on it. So you can follow along with me. I have all of the buckets already preset to what we want to select. Now, Chad, where are we starting?
We're locking in Spieth.
We're locking in Spieth. Do you want to lock in a second guy?
The price is right on him, and I think you got to also lock in you can go Neiman or a Homa, so you can save some money, and we can maybe be creative with the other names that we get in there. But I don't know, you're trying to lock in Spieth and Xander in your life or not?
Hide this so we can see this. In all honesty,
who are you trying to lock in?
I think we go Spieth.
Yeah,
Spieth Cantlay.
Okay. It's Cantlay's time to be the best person that hasn't won a major.
And they're not playing
He's
together.
The highest ranked golfer in the OWGR that hasn't won a major. His name is Patrick Cantlay. He's good at golf.
So let's see what that spits out. Oh, by the way, everyone out there, Chad and I, we already looked to see what the optimal lineup is that the optimizer likes. Didn't even start with our boy Spieth. They went with Justin Thomas and then Patrick Cantlay, Finau, Taylor Gooch, Aaron Wise, Keith Mitchell. So I'll say this. I bet you Mitchell just continues to pop, but I'll X him out if he does. Anyways, running optimizer with Spieth and Cantlay. I bet Finau shows up. Oh, wow. It picked 2 9Ks.
Whoa, did the 9K range.
Dude, it picked what you wanted. Remember, we were going to do a 10 and 2 9s. We didn't go up to Xander, but Spieth.
Dude, speak on that because more often than not in a major, you get a couple 9K range guys. Like we were looking at those trends kind of for the last 6 majors or 8 majors or whatever. And the 9K range is more peppered than the 8K range. And then, cause I love saying pepper the 8K range,
know you do.
You almost don't want to.
No. 8K range is probably the weakest out of all of the salary ranges in this tournament.
But this gave us KH Lee. That's Quagnus's boy.
That's fine. Let's run another one because this is a unique optimized builder. So we'll take out KH Lee. It might switch up some of these other ones. We'll see. It did. There's Cantlay, Finau, your boy Billy Ho.
Billy Ho making the optimal.
Nah and nice. Mitchell. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come down to Nah and I'm going to X him out. How much does he cost? 7,000. And then we're going to also X out Keith Mitchell because what's going to happen is because they're so mispriced, the optimizer is just going to continue to select them. And I don't care for that. So.
Right. Because we're smarter than the optimizer.
Yes, I think so. All right. So I ran hit run. Now Hideki shows up, another 9K.
Cash game Kirk.
Yeah.
And Gooch again.
Gooch once more. So let's take him out because
I think Gooch is showing up because Mayo. I watched a bunch of Mayo stuff and his optimizers.
I'll tell you one thing, Chad. Mayo's stuff is not included in my stuff, so I think he's just mispriced. I think he's mispriced.
No, I think he just does things.
Here's a good lineup. Minus Keegan. Don't care for Keegan. Rose.
Whoa, look at that. Kisner is Josh Bennett has a Kisner boner, and then Finau is in this one.
I'm gonna actually bump this up to 49.5. I don't want to see anything less.
I like this. So you have this available to anyone who's watching.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. You can email SweetSpotDFS@gmail.com.
Here you go, Chad.
And you
this
can
is
do
your
the
lineup.
same kind of playing these games.
Yeah. This is
and
your
then
lineup.
It takes the burden out of it. Look at that lineup with Webb. I love that. And Tringali. Oh my gosh.
You better write this down, Chad.
Okay, so I probably played this already, dude. Cantlay, Finau, Webb, Keegan, Tringali. Honestly, like I probably played that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm making 291. The truth is I did not dupe myself except for 2 times out of, because I'm making these lineups and I'm trying to make the same kind of guys and I like the same kind of shit, and you wonder if it's going to be duplicated. And like there was 2 different times that I was like, whoa, that made the same lineup as something I already made.
Yeah. Chad, I think we're going to get disconnected here, and I'm not going to just cut it off here. So I think I'm going to call you back soon.
Okay.
Actually, how about this? I'm going to just stop it right now, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
All right, man. That was your lineup: Spieth, Cantlay, Finau, Simpson, Bradley, Tringali. You wrote it down. I hope you got it down.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. All right. So I'll run it one more time, maybe twice, just depending on who I like. But I think maybe we do a Jordan Xander lineup, maybe.
Yeah, we need a Jordan Xander lineup, I think. Okay, there's M and Scott.
I don't like Sungjae this week. I'll tell you that.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't have a good feeling with him or Sungjae. I just don't care. One last one.
We need Jordan Xander. There's Cantlay.
Yeah.
Can you force his Jordan Xander?
Well, I will.
Oh, I see what you did. Oh yeah, okay.
But I actually,
let's force a trio
a lot.
Do the Jordan Cantlay Xander force.
All right, we'll do it. I'm gonna actually remove some of these that have been locked out to make sure
this thing is nice, dude. You've done a good work on building this.
It is taking a lot of time doing this.
Holy shit, that is Zach Johnson.
Yeah.
With Na and Keegan. That's amazing.
Let's do it 3 more times or 2 more times. We'll just do the top 3 Jordan Xander Cantlay lineups. So Na keeps showing up. We're going to get rid of Na. I don't want to see
Who is Shahu and Hushimu Kim?
So when it picks golfers like this, it's basically reaching, saying that
just any 6,500.
Yeah, it could break, which would just say this isn't a good one to use.
Okay, so then we should not make these lineups.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I don't like this Higa guy. What the? But I like Victor Perez, and I like Wise.
So, yeah, see, he doesn't want us to do this.
You know what? We can do this. Remember, we're smarter than the optimizer.
Yeah, we want to break the broken.
So I'm having it. It makes sure we have 2 7K guys in there, and that's what's screwing it up.
Okay, sorry. Well, this is not normal.
Here we go. Now I'm sure we'll have 2 6K golfers in there, and that's fine. Hopefully they're not crappy ones. There you go.
Dude. Wise Kisner list. This is nice. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's someone's gonna do that.
Hopefully.
That's $50,000 spent.
Run it again. So it's really grabbing Wise.
Ooh.
There's your boy, Herbert. Lucas Herbert.
Yeah, I've got him in my player pool. I don't know if I've got Griot, but because I thought about Griot and then I'm like, ooh, the putting for Griot is a little sketch.
And that's okay around here. You don't really need a super good
putter. You got $100 to put up. You could, maybe bump that to Kirk or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing, Chad. I normally can't do that stuff because I follow my bucket logic pretty strictly.
I know. Okay.
So if we wanted to, we could try to lock in Kirk and see if the optimizer even liked it. Just to double check. Otherwise, we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we were.
Patrick and Patrick.
Yeah, that's not good.
And Padraig.
All right. So what was our other lineup considerations? Rory.
Because when we were talking about it, we were talking about like you have to make the decision between the Jordan Xander or the Rory. Was it?
Yeah. What did we?
Was it Rory Homa?
Well, no. I normally don't like to like anchor around a 8 or a 7K. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I just like the optimizer just to select them for whatever. But I think it was Rory Cantlay, or it was Rory. Can't do Xander because they're playing together. Who was the other guy? See, I told you I'm really bad at remembering this stuff coming around.
Was it Neiman?
No, we did talk about Neiman, but it's usually like I do a 10 and a 9, and there isn't another 9 here. So I think it's
you could have done the Rory Xander.
We went Spieth and who? Spieth Xander, right? That's what we.
Okay. Oh.
So let's do 3.
Go back to the Marquee tee times.
I did. Oh. So I think when we were talking about this, it was Spieth Xander or it was Spieth Cantlay. I think when you had mentioned it,
that was what that. Oh,
and you were like, well, how about all 3 of them? So we did that.
We tried that. Yeah, that didn't work.
So I think it's worth trying Spieth Xander and then Rory Cantlay.
Oh no. Oh no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's Rory Cantlay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna build 3 lineups with Rory and Cantlay. I'm gonna take out I'm gonna take out Mitchell. I don't want to see their names. I'm also gonna take out $7,300 Taylor Gooch because he shows up a lot too. I don't want to see a lot of the same names. Which
when I do a yes on nah.
Oh, when I'm building my lineups, it also looks at my exposure levels in this. So if you guys are interested in this, you can set your exposures to whatever you like. So yeah,
damn dude, this is in depth.
It chooses every single time I hit run optimize, but if I hit save lineup, we won't see for another 10 lineups.
Because, I see. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Where's the save lineup go to this other tab?
Yeah, so I mean, I have it set up so then you can copy.
So it starts going over there.
Yeah, you can. So yeah, I'll save it here. But here's our first Rory Cantlay Finau lineup, basically. Wise list.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
But yeah, if you hit save lineup, and I have a video all about how to use this optimizer. It comes here, and then this is what you can save over into that spreadsheet where you can import into DraftKings.
CDS, yeah.
So yeah, that's basically why I do it this way, because it just makes my life easier, because this is how I build my lineups.
Love it.
All right, so this one will exclude Luke List now. So we'll do 2 more McIlroy Cantlay lineups. I'm sure Finau's just going to keep popping up, and that's fine. I don't mind Finau.
Look at that.
Yep.
That's the great lineup. That's almost close to what we already built.
Correct. Yeah, that's both the same. I just don't remember who the other 2.
Kisner and Webb kind of switched out, and then Finau and Finau was still in, and then Rory and okay. So maybe I can do Kisner, and then I'm a fade the TPG guy though. You know me. That's my principle. I don't like that Rory McIlroy in my life, so I'd pick Xander if I was gonna have to choose in that bucket.
All right, this is my last one. Oh, Wise keeps showing up. That's fine. Corey Connors now, Billy Horschel. I like this lineup. This is so when we're talking about what do you do with ownership, do you think a lot of people are going to be playing Mackenzie Hughes?
Yeah, because of this putting.
Do you think
3-putt avoidance?
If you think about who's going to play these 6 golfers together?
Well, because Wise and Connors are bad putters, whereas Horschel and Hughes are decent putters, and then Cantlay and Rory, like it is kind of tough. And it's spending it all. And you're told, and most people are aware now that they're not supposed to spend it all, where it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think that's always been really bad advice.
Like you probably spend it all. Or if not, don't care about it. Like,
and I absolutely hate this lineup, but I feel like this is going to be a very unique lineup that people.
Okay, then put it over there to the side next to our JT Cantlay, Finau Gooch.
All right.
Well, again, I mean, it sounds more or less that the plays are the plays. You play the plays, dude. Do you not play the plays?
I play the plays.
Yeah. And how well have you been doing playing the plays?
I've been doing pretty decent playing the plays.
Because it doesn't matter. The plays are the fucking plays. It's the other names that make a difference.
Finau shows up a bunch, dude. I'm loving Finau this week.
Well, according to your rankings, he's one of those values.
He's like the 9th. Harris English, by the way, going forward, don't sleep on that guy. His hip is bad.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Especially this week, maybe $7,000 is too low. You take the saving.
Look at this lineup.
Zach. Oh my gosh, your optimizer spit out another Zach Johnson.
Yeah, but it shows
that gave us
Xander
Xander
and Cantlay.
That's what we've been looking for.
We didn't even
and
have
Munoz
to force
is in
it.
one of those featured groups.
Didn't even have to force it this time. Crazy. One last one, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
Wise Herbert Grillo.
Another dude, this optimizer is aware.
Yeah, it's aware. All right, man.
Hey,
I think
thanks for having me.
Well, I think that's going to be it for building lineups. I don't think there's anything else to go over. Do you have any questions that like anything on your mind? What do you think the people out there should know? Anything?
Well, we got to decide like are we going to override the optimizer and or the bucket system to include Tiger Woods?
Oh, let's do that right now. Good call, dude. I didn't even think about doing that.
Because like the optimizer is obviously not going to like Tiger because the fucking optimizer is smarter than the average bear. But this is this is St. Andrews. We're living in 2022 where maybe you just want to override and you want to use Tiger because Tiger's in your heart. All
right, man. Let's see who the top guys are going to be with Mr. Tiger Woods. I bet it's JT.
Rory.
There it is. JT, Cantlay, Finau, Woods, Varner the third, and Mr. Aaron Wise.
That is a great lineup, dude, actually.
That is a good lineup. And so Tiger is the lowest ranked guy, so my optimizer won't continue to create unique guys. But let's go ahead and who should we take out? Who would you want to X out? Let's just look at our top three.
We'll take out Finau. He keeps showing up.
Okay, we'll take out Finau.
Because we want to actually try to see if Neiman or Burns show up in the 8K range for him.
Sure. Oh,
weird.
Well, there's that Gooch Na guy, Gooch and Na or Liv.
Oh my gosh, and they use them together. That's crazy. Your optimizer loves those names.
I just think their results over the last year have been really good.
Yeah.
And since I used
they're live guys, so you kind of and then you get low ownership on that. Well, so it looks like Na and Gooch are.
I do water down my recent form stats, so they're not going to be a part of those recent form stats, but it's not going to hurt them as much. But they still have their season long stats because they were on the PGA Tour, not too long ago. But anyways,
I mean, these lineups are pretty good with Tiger.
Yeah, Varner the third is showing up a lot with Tiger. So if he shows up one more time, I'm gonna X his name out. I'm gonna X out Wise, and then we're gonna do one more time. Okay, yeah. So I suppose it's not gonna change. I have to do this. Varner and Wise. Where are you at, Wise? Fun thing, if you didn't already know, DraftKings goes, it alphabetizes the name and then also the salary, so you can find your guys super easy that way. There you go. This is your lineup. This is your lineup right here.
Okay, so Scheffler. Okay, because he's not the TPG, so I can use him. And then I got Cantlay, I got Woods, Tiger, I got Horschel, Thagala, and Tringali.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude! I'm putting these into the Drive the Green.
There friend. You go.
Hey, thanks for having me on and doing this and letting me have these winning lineups.
Absolutely, man. One thing I told you earlier on that I kind of wanted to show the public something. Exclusive content.
Tease. If they've waited this long, they like you enough, right?
Yes. So new logos, guys. New logos.
Look at that.
This will be put on shirts, hats. I will update the Twitters. I will update the YouTubes. We're making we have some new logos that I'm going to be putting together. I mean, they're already put together, but I'm going to start putting them on things that will be available to all of you guys. So
let me rock that shit. Let's put it on a hoodie and I'll rock that all winter.
Absolutely, dude. I already saw, like, I went to Custom Ink and put some of these logos on. They look amazing.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll rock that shit for sure. That's chill.
All right, Chad, I appreciate you being on and everyone else watching. I'm just going to go ahead and plug the giveaways right now. I'm going to bring down the display. You're gone now, but you're still there. Everyone that is watching, if you want a chance to win $30, be subscribed, comment down below. All the videos I put out this week give you additional entries into this giveaway. So again, the only way you can get an entry is you got to be subscribed. You got to comment down below. And that's how you get entries into the giveaway. Second one is Prize Picks. You win up, or basically it's a refund. You sign up using the promo code SweetSpot, put $20 in your account. I'm going to give you your $20 back. Plus, Prize Picks is going to match your deposit up to $100. So you don't have to just put 20 in your account. But if you do, that will turn into 40. So it's up to you guys. There's a link in the description below. And of course, you could have followed along throughout this whole video using the cheat sheet that is also in the description below. And the optimizer. Those are all available to you guys. But that is all that I have. Again, thank you for Chad being on the podcast. I'm going to bid you guys adieu. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.